Alright. Now, we are here to do this. The RAIDEN Shogun. The frickin' Lady Setsuki, Cynthia, serious woman character from every single anime you've ever seen. Trademark. Yep. Wrong button. Here we go. Reflections of Mortality. Imperatrix. Ambrosa Chapter. Act 1. Oh god. The Lonesome Euthymia. Go to the statue of the omnipresent god. You and Paimon decide to pay the statue. Go to visit. Ah, dang it. I gotta go see the RAIDEN Shogun again.
If the Tenryou Commission won't assist in dealing with the thunderstorm, the consequences could be catastrophic.
Yeah, like breaking the game. Or having your character be thrown off due to a lightning strike.
It's not that we're unwilling to do our part. We just don't have any spare hands right now. I hope you can understand.
We don't have the resources to handle a cliche.
Exactly. So let's keep the discussion going and see if we can find a solution.
Let's just talk and not do a thing, even though it looks like we're looking for a solution.
Hey, Toma! What's going on?
Lightning. And the other islands. Enough said.
Hello you two. We were just talking about what an impact you've made in Inazuma.
Are you mocking me?
Greetings. Thank you both again for delivering Miss Hiragi's letter that time.
Who?
So
yeah,
they're friends
her.
of yours. I'm Master Kamaji's servant. Call me Ippe.
Ippe-san.
Well, the Tri-Commission's work used to consist of gathering information for the Shogun and carrying out any duties she assigned.
Uh-huh.
But recently, she announced that she wishes to spend some time in solitude and self-reflection. Since she is refusing to receive any visitors, there is no one to tell us what to do.
In other words, she's having one of those moments where it's like, I'm dangerous, stay away.
We all understand if the Shogun needs some quiet time to gather her thoughts. The only problem is, in the meantime, the thunderstorm out at sea has been getting wilder.
Here the storm represents the Shogun's will.
Yep, that's the one. And all the time it's been there, the storm has never changed in shape or size. But now, it seems to be drawing closer to Inazuma.
Why? Because she's being drawn to Inazuma? Or her will is being drawn? Like, what is the significance of that?
What? So her will's changed and she wants to destroy Inazuma now? Or is this her way of trying to get revenge on us?
Is it really revenge? Like, she knew she was... Like, she got into a situation where she lost.
Nuh-uh. She lost to us. Paimon's not scared. Why would Paimon be scared?
Paimon's having like, I'm not crying! Why are you crying?
Paimon's just, a little concerned that she might be angry. Yeah, that's all. Just a little concerned.
Are you really trying to convince me or yourself? Also, the idea that, if you actually think about the RAIDEN Shogun and being pissed off, it almost reminds me of the time she tried to slash my back the second I walked out that front door. Patrick, do a flashback there. Ooh, the blurred vision. Like having an aura migraine. Ooh. How's, Palma? Ew! Uh-oh. Ooh!
End of flashback.
I don't think you need to worry about that. The reason we're concerned is that we've never known the almighty Shogun's will to falter before.
Paimon's including herself in the fight when she did absolutely nothing usual because for some odd reason she's somehow in there. Yeah, basically that.
Considering Liu as god left not too long ago, it's hard not to take it as a bad sign.
How is that a bad sign? Like, if Liyue is able to hold their own without a god, shouldn't the same thing be seen in Inazuma? Or are you just worried that, uh-oh, our god's gonna go away as well? Maybe that's bad for us. No, that's not it.
A lot of people now believe that the thunderstorm is getting wilder because the almighty Shogun is having health problems. The fact that she won't see anyone right now makes us concerned that things are only going to get worse.
How is it a health problem? Is she having a heart attack or something? There must be a reason for the change of the storm.
Right. So, before rumors start spreading, Miss Kamisato got me to come here and discuss countermeasures with the Tenryou Commission. We need to make sure we're prepared to deal with the chaos if and when it arrives.
I've heard a saying before, but I can barely remember. I think it must have been the reboot series, where chaos often trumps order. So, I don't know if there's any sort of preparations you could ever make to prepare for whatever chaos that might ensue.
Unfortunately, the reality is that the Tenryou Commission is facing huge internal instability at the moment. The Kujo clan has lost control over the other clans.
Yeah, well, when the Raiden Shogun is giving everybody else a hard time and you have a rebellion right at your front doorstep, what else are you gonna expect? And also the idea that everybody's disagreeing with each other. Yeah, you might want to look into that.
Huh? Why is that?
Because rebellion.
The Kujo clan is still awaiting the Shogun's trial for colluding with the Fatui and nearly destroying the whole of Inazuma.
It's like, uh-oh.
Everyone knows that a change of commissioner is inevitable. It's just a matter of time before the almighty Shogun hands down her decree.
It's only a matter of time before the almighty hammer of God comes down on everyone's forehead at the same time.
To put it simply, no one will take orders from the Kujo clan anymore. But there's still work that has to be done.
If Mr. Takayuki was in better health, there might be a way through. But now?
Wait, who's Takayuki?
My lack of ability is to blame. I failed to uncover the truth in time, and I failed to stop my father. And now, as acting head of the clan, I'm failing to quell the unrest.
Proxy clan head. Okay, so he's like taking over for somebody else.
Don't blame yourself, Master. You have to at least keep your chin up until your older brother returns. The Kujo clan can't cope with any more instability in its current state.
Yeah, well, I think it's about time I have a second run in with the Raiden Shogun just so you can keep your head up.
Yes, you're right. Masahito has enough on his plate at the moment. Mustn't cause any more issues for him.
I don't need to make it worse. Just deal with what I got and move on.
Okay, Toma, let's revisit this discussion in a few days. Right now, I need to go visit Takatsukasa Susumu, head of the Takatsukasa clan.
Oh, God.
He's the only one capable of taking charge of the situation now.
God damn it! Was the head of the Tenryou Commission who was working with Fatui. Oh, God. Like, I literally hear Takatsukasa Susumu, and then I'm trying to process that name, and then you give me another name, like, God damn it, Patrick!
I suppose. Well, okay, no problem. A speedy resolution to the Tenryou Commission's internal issues is in our best interest as well.
Alright.
I'll come with you, Master.
Okay.
No need. I'll handle this by myself.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay. Take care then. Come back soon.
I will handle it myself, even though some things overwhelm me. I will deal with it anyways. And so they must.
If you think about it, both the thunderstorm situation and the issue with the Tenryou Commission have been caused by the Shogun's decision to take some time off, right?
Yeah, so what? Maybe it is good she took some time off.
If things carry on like this, people will start to panic.
Maybe you couldn't fight her out for a while. And see how angry she gets. And whether or not she still wants to kill us.
Huh? You can actually do that?
Sure, why not? She tried to kill me before. Let's see if she'll do it again.
Don't know for sure, but we may as well try. Whether she takes us up on the offer or not will depend on what mood she's in.
Sounds like you guys know what to do. Shall I leave it up to you then?
Yes.
You know, everyone's worrying about the Shogun's condition, but if people got to see her in person, it would put their fears to rest.
Yeah, well, the problem is she's kinda two people. Her inner self and her outer self. It's really hard for her inner self to come out and present as her outer self.
Thank you very much. I owe you one. Again.
The way Paimon sees it, there's only one person who might have the chance to see the Shogun while she's isolating, right?
Yes, oh god.
Let's take a trip to the Grand Narukami Shrine.
She's gonna slash my back! You're gonna slash me! Marry you.
I
There you
wasn't
are.
expecting to receive VIP shrine visitors during downtime. So I suppose you're here just to visit me?
Fox girl. Yes!
What a smooth talker. Though your eyes do not lie as convincingly as your tongue. You came because you need my help, didn't
Yes!
you? Still, your answer has put me in a good mood.
Yes!
So tell me, what is the matter?
I need to speak to the Raiden Shogun, but she's probably gonna kill me, and I may need your assistance.
We heard the Shogun decided to take a break, and since then the thunderstorm around Inazuma has gotten wilder.
Because every time she goes inside her inner world, the outer world becomes more screwed up.
Rumor has it that the thunderstorm is affected by the Shogun's will, so people are worrying that something might be wrong with her.
The Tenryou Commission also needs her attention. Oh no, not again. I gotta wake her up.
All right. There's little purpose in keeping anything hidden from you anyway.
Wait, what?
Since the battle, the Shogun has been greatly troubled and her temperament has changed drastically.
In other words, she's pissed off.
What?
Her temperament has changed.
Her power was already on the decline. Then you dealt her that fateful strike.
But, oh yeah.
The defeat was a heavy blow to her. It also didn't help that I forgot to bring her some tricolor dango and light novels when I went to see her.
Light novels.
Oh, the poor thing. Without desserts and books to console herself with, she was so angry she quite simply lost it. Crying and ranting and raving. Oh, I could hardly bear to see her that way.
She's like an overgrown child. A really old, overgrown child.
You expect us to believe that a god would throw a temper tantrum over something like that?
Is it really that hard to believe, considering the fact that she's been living in her own world for quite a long time, and that it's hard for her to come out of it?
Before you get too indignant, consider the fact that your concerns sound every bit as nonsensical to me as that blatant lie did to you.
What? Just wait till Farina. What?
Faye seeks eternity. To her, mortal lives come and go in the blink of an eye. Of what consequence to her are mortal concerns for her well-being?
What?
You're saying she's fine.
I don't know the details. She said she wanted to rest, and I have nothing pressing that requires her attention. So there is no reason to disturb her.
Then you'll know what true temper tantrums are. Ooh.
I have heard about the thunderstorm, though. As to the cause, it is not inconceivable that, as you suggest, her will has wavered somewhat.
Oh, the more reason to check on her. Maybe she's gone stir crazy.
I am the only one in all of
Mary
Inazuma who
Harlow,
can visit her while she is
41.
resting. But tell me, why should this concern me? Why should I do this for you, when I already have everything one could ever want, and have seen everything one could ever wish to see?
Do it for the people of Inazuma. Do it for E?
I like that answer. Here is the pass permit. Show it to the Okuzumeshu at the gate, and he will let you in.
Pass permit.
Thanks, Miko.
My question was in jest, but since you answered it in earnest, please stay true to your word. Oh, and don't forget to return the pass permit to me after you have finished with it.
Okay. Go see the Shogun. Oh, dear God. She's pissed off. And I gotta go see her. Is she gonna slash my back?
The almighty Shogun has requested solitude. No visitors allowed.
She's gonna slash me in the back.
Oh,
What's
we
up?
got a pass permit from Miko.
Don't be ridiculous. Lady Guji never gives her pass permit to another person. Not even esteemed travelers like yourselves.
That's impossible. Well, I gave the pass.
Guji Ai is only authorized to hold that pass permit because of the trust that the almighty Shogun places in her, and her alone.
Yeah, well, what happens if, Yae Miko has, in fact, given us the pass?
Wait, this is authentic.
Feel free to check with Miko.
Understood. Then as the Shogun has ordered, I must not stand in your way.
I must get out of here. I always am stern, because that's the way I am.
Apologies. Please proceed. Since the Shogun is resting at this time, please be especially respectful, and make sure your behavior is impeccable.
Okay. And don't get stabbed in the back. Especially not in the face.
Look how she's pacing back and forth. Don't you think she looks a little anxious?
Mm-hmm. Can I say hi?
How did you get in?
They let me in.
Trespassers are to be eliminated at once.
Oh, for the love of God. Don't you dare go down the Eula route at this point.
Wait, no, it's us! Oh, why are you treating us like we're your enemies?
Don't give me the Eula vibe. Don't give me the Eula vibe.
We made amends, didn't we? Also, we got in by
Denied. Use of force has been forbidden.
What? Oh, she's too tired to think.
Anyway, be gone. Do not disturb my solitude.
Is everything okay?
That is of no concern. This is my recuperation state.
What?
What do you make of this? She's acting strange,
Your
huh?
puppets really need rest and relaxation.
This body has no need of rest. But I am an assistant to the one within. If she wishes to rest, I must follow her will.
Paimon gets it. So this is all A's doing. But why? Surely you going about your business doesn't interfere with the plane of Euthymia. She's got plenty of space in there. Seems like it would be the perfect place for rest and relaxation.
I do as she wishes. I can say no more than this. I cannot. In my current state, even if I went out, I could do nothing. I am currently unwilling to deal with any business. I am also incapable of it.
Really?
What do you mean by that?
Your power is severely limited to the point where you can't insta-slash anyone.
It has been forbidden. Please refrain from making me talk any further.
You're tired.
What should we do? It feels like this conversation is going nowhere.
Is she sick?
Oh, it's you two. It's been a while.
Huh.
The Shogun can't do much at the moment. Come straight in and see me.
Really? Just like that, the inner world is inviting us from the outer world? A lonesome Euthymia. There's a...
That was terrifying! Would it be so hard to give us a little warning first?
Yeah, well, if you're... I'm pretty sure the puppet outside is already our warning.
It's not your first time. I don't see what there is to be so alarmed about.
So, is the Shogun broken? Are you gonna get it fixed? Or...
Don't worry. The Shogun's not broken. I've just temporarily disabled many of her functions.
Why?
Currently, the Shogun is unable to handle any business and cannot appear as me. So the easiest solution was to announce that I am resting.
So is all you're doing.
As I said, I need to think about Inazuma's eternity. And thinking takes time. But the Shogun is still running based on her old rules. I can't allow her to make any mistakes while I am working things out.
Have you tried turning it off and on again?
I don't think the Shogun is a Wi-Fi router. I don't think the Wi-Fi router logic applies here.
No. She was not created to ever be turned off.
Only to be turned on. Okay.
Furthermore, I had even predicted at the time that I may wish to modify the Shogun's operational rules at some point in the future. However, such changes would not be conducive to eternity.
You're so strict with yourself.
That's why the Shogun has a robust system to safeguard against modification. It's also to protect against unforeseen circumstances. For now, while I figure out the form that eternity should take, it's more effective for me to temporarily disable some of the puppet's functions, rather than attempt to modify her rules.
Because you're still thinking about eternity, and that disabled the puppet, so it caused a concern outside.
Oh, Paimon gets it now! The thunderstorm's getting out of control because some of the Shogun's functions have been disabled!
Does she actually know about the thunderstorm?
The thunderstorm is getting out of control? This is the first I've heard of it.
Huh? Okay, well, let us bring you up to speed.
Should've known. The chaos within 10 years.
I see. So the thunderstorm is drawing closer.
You can fix it, right?
It's just a minor error. This kind of thing was bound to happen. A small modification to the Shogun should fix it.
So everyone was worked up over nothing.
Don't look at me like that. I've never had to tinker with the Shogun before, and she's very complicated. It's practically inevitable for something to go wrong when you start tweaking things.
Yes.
Yes, that's it. I'm not making excuses. It's the truth.
Is it?
It's fine, just as long as you can fix it is all.
Any progress on your thoughts about eternity?
Not much. As before, I can see the way forward, yet there are still contradictions. But there is no urgency. To reach an ill-conceived verdict in haste, just for the sake of having reached one, would be a confusion of priorities.
How about we go for a walk for a bit?
If everyone sees that the Shogun is in good health, it'll put all the speculation and rumors out there to rest. who knows? A change of scenery might put you in a different mood.
You mean leave the plane of Euthymia?
You haven't left in a long time, I'll bet.
It's unnecessary, as far as I'm concerned. But since you're inviting me, a change of pace might well be nice.
Okay.
All right, then. I'll come out for a while. Oh, since the theme of the day is a change of pace, you can just call me A. I'm not a great fan of rigid titles.
What? But you're just A's consciousness, aren't you? Can consciousness actually leave this place?
I have my ways. I would never subject myself to imprisonment voluntarily.
Because you'd rather be stuck inside your own mind as a consciousness than actually be outside.
Oh, great! Then there's nothing to worry about. Allow us to be your tour guides.
I really feel like the whole story quest is almost a metaphor for what happens if you become a computer and you're stuck inside your own mind for a bit, willingly.
Tour guides? What's a tour guide?
She hasn't been outside for a while.
Someone to show you around the Inazuma of today and give you tips on where to eat
and just get out there.
There's a familiarity to the scent in the air and the firmness beneath my feet.
Are you gonna slash my back if I walk out that front door?
Now, time for a change of pace. Where should we go?
to the liveliest place in town!
Which is... travelers just make friends with everyone who tried to kill him at one point. Kind of like Goku from Dragon Ball Z and any kind of
Is this
anime
the
character.
Marketplace? It's a far cry from how I remember it.
The power of friendship is truly the greatest power of all. Agreed. Also, I'm pretty sure A has a lot to get caught up on.
The stores have changed, and so have the vendors. Well, that's to be expected.
Yeah, well, you're at a date.
It's the Shogun!
Yes.
What is the almighty Shogun doing here?
Getting out for a bit.
Isn't the Shogun sick? This is quite sudden.
I appear to have frightened the people.
Nah, you just, surprised them. That's being scared, you pretty much hear their voices and everything. She hasn't been out for 500 years, by the way. God, it's like waking up from the medieval ages and seeing the modern day as it is. And it's also like a freaking software update over the past 500 years. You're so way out of touch.
Well, what did you expect? The almighty Shogun makes an impromptu appearance in town? People are gonna freak out a bit.
Doesn't a Shogun normally patrol these parts?
Patrolling the streets is the Tenryou Commission's job. The Shogun has a lot of information to process and orders to give out. She doesn't have time to deal with it herself. Additionally, the Shogun has no need of recreation. There would be no need for her to come here just to pass the time or to relax.
Because everything is always done on the inside, stuck in the big house.
So, what do we do now? Should we go away for a while and make a more low-profile return later?
Or just walk around and say hi to everybody.
Why? It's not like I'm here to cause trouble. Let's just relax.
It was more the ordinary people that Paimon was worried about.
Are you gonna get upset?
Never mind. This definitely seems like your style.
You're fine. Just go for a walk.
People still use
just
more
get
in
out there.
commercial transactions, I assume.
Yep, same as ever. Just as shiny and just as hypnotic.
What?
Wait
Just
a
as
second.
hypnotic.
Hey, are you saying you don't have any more either?
Oh god.
Of course I don't. There is no need for commerce in the plane of Euthymia. If I ever need something, I can...
Simply?
Wait. What do you mean, either?
What? Oh god, we're gonna have a Zhongli moment.
Anyway,
I have to buy everything
people seem to be behaving
again!
in a very orderly fashion. I don't see the liveliness you spoke of anywhere.
Yeah, well, people are surprised that you're out.
People aren't exactly gonna let their hair down in front of the almighty Shogun.
Uh-huh. And this beautiful pink petal scenery that is Japanland. So much sakura.
What is this stall selling?
No idea.
I don't believe I've ever seen this before.
Yeah, well... You're out of date. You're so out of touch with everything. What is it? Food?
What's the Shogun doing here?
Getting out for a walk.
What am I supposed to do in this situation? I'm so nervous.
All the gods are broke, it seems. Because mortals are their wallet. I'm so nervous.
Shogun, excuse me.
Is everybody, like, scared? Like, the way I went with the Shogun?
It's alright. Relax. I'm just here to look around. I'm having a change of pace today.
Relax, I won't kill you. Maybe the Traveler, but that's just another thing.
Could you tell me about the items you're selling?
It's food.
Of course. I've got all kinds of snacks here. Takoyaki, dango, and milk, and so on.
Oh, the dango.
Huh? Milk? Sounds kind of like the odd one out.
Takoyaki, dango. I don't know. Is milk the odd one out? Like, I guess maybe.
It might sound odd, but it is in fact my specialty.
Ginyu. How milk is in Japan.
You see, many of the stores in town are already very well established. I couldn't compete with them no matter what I sell. So my idea was to create some new combinations to give customers a novel experience. For example, my latest concoction is this dango milk. When the dango are worked into a viscous form, they mix very nicely with the milk.
New stuff.
The focus is not just the taste, but also the unique texture.
Oh, dango with milk. I've never heard of it. What made you want to do this?
Yeah, well, considering the fact that you're the only one who according to Yayamiko, likes dango, you're very curious about it, aren't you?
I'm sorry, Shogun. I've got no bone to pick with eternity.
I said relax. There's no need to go treading on eggshells. Do you really think the eternity I pursue is something that can be shaken by dango and milk?
Why do I feel like she's different than I expected?
Because she's not the outer shell that was walking around almost killing everybody.
Actually, it came to me by chance. A friend was catering once and made too many dango, so they gave some to me. But there were more than I had use for. My milk wasn't selling well at that time either. And both dango and milk have a short shelf life, so I thought I'd try mixing the two as I had nothing to lose. To my surprise, in the right proportion, it tasted superb.
Okay.
A chance combination.
The almighty Shogun wants to try? Well, certainly.
Okay. Dango milk.
Nice. It's sweet. The sensation is not so different from eating a dessert. A unique beverage indeed.
Yeah, it's definitely a drink, but it also feels like eating food.
Because it's food and drink at the same time.
It's a little bit like porridge? But the resemblance is only superficial. Anyway, I like it.
I'm very glad you approve.
I imagine that an item as delicious as this dango milk must sell exceptionally well, no?
No.
Well, I won't lie to you. Sales are very average.
Huh? So it's selling slowly? Why is that?
Because I think he mentioned before that he can only sell so much and he's competing with other stores.
Because most people aren't willing to give it a try. They think it's an unusual combination. Even though everyone who's tried it before rates it highly.
Because it's a social thing?
I'm not saying the almighty Shogun has unusual tastes. Please, don't take it the wrong way.
Ah, I see. Well, that can be fixed. I'll just have the Yashiro Commission order a few hundred cups and go door-to-door delivering them.
No, almighty Shogun. That's too much.
Is it? I just want them to try it.
Okay. You want another cup?
Oh, I would No. No need.
Fine.
There's nothing like dessert for improving one's mood. Much more enjoyable than meditating alone all the time. By the way, Miko mentioned that she founded something called the Yai Publishing House to sell some sort of light novels.
Because you like the light novels.
She's always bragging to me about it, but it's difficult for me to really imagine without seeing the place for myself. Can you take me there?
Sure! Let's go and have a look!
Oh god, the light novels. I'm pretty sure that's something you also like, Patrick. Land.
Shogun!
Yes.
Almighty Shogun! What brings you to the Yai Publishing House? Do you have instructions for us?
No.
No, not at all. Don't be so nervous. I'm just here to look around.
Everybody's scared of her because of what she did before, because of her puppet state that ran the entirety of Inazuma for the past 500 years. And now she's out and actually about.
Apologies. I still don't quite understand. Are you here to look into the management? Or publishing regulations? Or fire safety measures?
She just wants to browse your books.
Right, because she's like the regulatory person.
The almighty Shogun wishes to read light novels?
Yes.
Yes. Any recommendations?
The Yaoi Publishing House's novels are mostly targeted at the general public, and the content is all kinds of strange. I'm not sure we have anything quite to the almighty Shogun's taste.
I'm just here to try something new. There's no fun in reading the same kind of thing over and over again. Relax. It's just words on a page, isn't it? What could I misunderstand, really?
In principle, you're absolutely right. It's just...
It'll be fine. If there's anything the Shogun doesn't understand, we'll explain it to him.
Don't be nervous. Trust me, I'm not nervous, even though she tried to slash my back.
Well, okay then. Please proceed to the bookshelf over there. There are some winning entries from the This Novel is Amazing competition. I've just finished compiling...
Fine.
Don't take them too seriously. It's all just a bit of fun.
Fine.
Okay?
Let's go then.
Okay.
Huh. How can this be? Did I underestimate the caliber of this material?
Did you read the same book for 500 years? It got so boring you want to try some new light novels?
I know every individual word in these books' titles. So why is it that they make no sense to me in these particular combinations?
Maybe because names, settings, and everything change as time goes on. So maybe you did read the same book for over 500 years and you're just getting the newer one here.
Take this one, for example. The good thing about being reincarnated as a hilly churl is that I only need to eat Sansetias to become stronger.
Uh-huh.
It's so long.
Yeah. Well, is it a light novel?
Is it true that hilly churls grow stronger from eating Sansetias? Well, surely it should be some sort of meat, at least.
These titles are so classic. Also, like, why are you worried about hilly churls concerning the fact... Classic light novel titles. Oh, God. Why is she worried about the details in a light novel, considering the fact that she has read light novels before and kind of got the idea that there's barely any rules to light novels, or like a short one?
It's just a narrative device.
Narrative device.
It's imaginary.
So it's made up? What's the point of that? Without being grounded in reality, how can the story be believable?
How are you gonna argue that when you're not grounded in reality? Or you're grounded in your own reality?
Also, I'm fairly certain that hilly churls can't write stories. So, does this author claim to be documenting hilly churl life from an outside perspective, perhaps?
Paimon's starting to understand Kuroda's reservations right about now.
Fads have no place in eternity.
How about we choose for you? We can pick out some novels that are easier to understand and give you the scoop.
All right, then. I believe myself to be relatively well-read, but with stories like these, I don't even know where to start.
Yeah, well, if you've ever played as many games as I did, just pick one and go with it!
I have high hopes, though. This seems like Miko's style, so I'm sure the stories are very entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
All right, leave it to us.
We'll be back in a jiffy.
This could be a pretty tough job.
Louis martial arts, daily life romance, reincarnation, adventure story. Pick a suitable martial arts story about fighting. Life made me a fighter when I just want to be a writer. This book is martial arts and leeway, focusing on the fight between different gangs. Protagonist aspires to become all novels. Gets caught up in the world of gang strife because of an unparalleled martial arts ability. The selling point of the story is protagonist never joins a faction. Light novels love reincarnation. Constantly assumed to be the reclusive master of one faction or another. Martial arts pros see the protagonist as their enemy, or always doing a scene. The protagonist is stuck in the middle of all this, while clinging tight to a dream of becoming a novelist.
What a strange person. Why would someone want to be a novelist that Exactly.
Because someone wants to not fight and hope that some people are out of place.
Someone like that could easily become the top martial arts pro in the world.
No, it's about the journey.
You do have a point. And a character so determined to follow their ambition is likely to appeal to A, right?
Sure, why not? Daily life of romance story. The chaotic epic to the tale of my youthful love life. This book is about the love stories between a very mediocre man and several beautiful women. It is a chronological account of the protagonist's daily life featuring many amusing anecdotes. The writing is solid, the prose is elegant, and the author brilliantly brings out the unique charm of each character in the story. But the story stops at a crucial moment when the main character's childhood sweetheart is just about to confess their love to him.
The suspense is killing Paimon!
Okay, classic harem light novel.
Paimon only skimmed through, but Paimon can tell this girl has loved the main character with all her heart since childhood.
I hope she finds happiness. I hope the writer gives her a happy ending. Okay.
Yeah, she is so... The plot is really gripping.
Okay. Read a reincarnation adventure story. Shogun Almighty, reborn as a Raiden without unlimited power. Ooh. In this book, the protagonist is struck by lightning beneath the thunder sakura and wakes up to discover he has become the Raiden Shogun. Prior to the event, the protagonist, nobody who gets bullied by everybody, but after becoming Raiden Shogun, he acquires unlimited power. Just like every single anime that involved their protagonist being reincarnated as a overpowered character in another isekai world, blah blah blah, usual anime story. You feel the one who lies in the E4 of going from powerlessness to omnipotence, and the protagonist's inner journey to finally breaking free from their low self-esteem. Classic isekai trope. Starting to see how the world would develop as the protagonist literally becomes the Raiden Shogun.
With a premise like this, it's no wonder Kuroda was nervous about letting A look around. Paimon thinks it might be best not to bring this one up with A.
Bully person turns into something OP.
They're in trouble.
But it doesn't paint the Shogun in a bad light. I think it's quite original.
Well, if someone turned into Paimon and did a bunch of stuff this Paimon would never do, Paimon would feel really uncomfortable.
Because you feel like with great power... No, not the Spider-Man logo. Not with great power comes great responsibility. Power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. I think that's almost the logic you're going there. Okay, we got books.
Let's try to explain them to A.
Where's A? Oh, there's A. Did I hit something?
The looks on your faces tell me you found some good stories.
Let's also turn to Paimon. I think most people end themselves if they turn to Paimon, not gonna lie. Okay! Martial arts story. You relate that just want to be a writer to A, you want to be something else.
Goodness. Are people in Liyue really so complex these days?
Yes!
Even though the protagonist refuses to acknowledge his innate talents, he has a rare dedication to justice. Where is he now? Does he have plans to visit Inazuma? If so, I will instruct one of the commissioners to bring him to me on his arrival. I would very much like to spar with him.
Okay, now you want to slash his back!
He's a fictional character. He doesn't exist.
Guess what? You're all fictional characters! You all don't exist!
What about the antagonists, though? Don't you have any thoughts about their part in the story?
The antagonists? You mean all the people who behaved foolishly? What can I say? They're bad people, and they all got what they deserved. End of story.
A doesn't seem interested in the supporting characters at all.
Don't break the fourth wall.
So what do you think of Yae publishing those light novels, eh?
I pretty much do that all the time, Patrick. What are you kidding? There we go.
Do you like the stories we picked?
What I take from these stories is not so much the content itself, but what they represent in terms of the effects of time upon Inazuma. Back when I decided to isolate myself in the plane of Euthymia, there was no Yae publishing house, and certainly no stories of this kind.
And yeah, you really gotta get caught up with everything.
In accordance with my wishes, the Shogun did her best to create an eternal nation. a nation that, in theory, should remain entirely unchanged over time.
Yeah, well, you can only remain the same for so long until the point where you actually have to change.
But the fact is that both the food and the stories have changed with time.
It's human nature to change, and unfortunately you have avoided change and thus avoided the very human nature that kept you mentally alive.
I disagree with your point of view. That's what I would say if we were still in the plane of time.
Are you still gonna say that now?
But the truth is right here in front of my eyes, and I can't deny it.
Wait, what's the truth again?
And that's exactly why we brought you out, to take a look around and get some fresh ideas. Sure, it's not the same as you remember, but one way or another, people are loving life in the present. That's gotta be a good thing, right?
Yes, you're right. I'm wary of any and all change, but I do not wish for my pursuit of eternity to stop human lives from changing for the better.
Yeah, well, not everything is always going to change for the better. Some people change for the worst, and some people change for the better. You can't really have, like, in a scenario where it's just heroes and villains, you can't always have heroes without villains. Because if it's just nothing but heroes without villains, the heroes are going to turn on themselves and turn one of them into a villain. So things are going to balance out at one point.
Thank you for inviting me out. This trip has been quite eye-opening for me.
Good!
This may be an everyday occurrence for you, but for me, this trip has been quite an occasion.
Yeah, because it's like a very... like a 500-year-long software update for you. You're just getting caught up to everything.
I've seen a lot, and it's made me think a lot. I really can't praise it highly enough.
How about we take a picture?
I hope...
Ooh, great idea! Ace had a wonderful time, and a photo is the best way to remember it.
So, camera?
Take a photo? Once again, I'm faced with a combination of words that makes absolutely no sense to me.
I don't know what it means to take a selfie, says the person who came straight out of the medieval ages.
It's okay. Come with us. We'll find a seated spot and show you what we mean.
But she's like, oh, that I've never heard that before. I am intrigued.
What are we supposed to be doing?
You stand there and look at the picture.
We're taking a photo of you. Just leave the hard work to us. Basically, a photo makes a visual record of you at this very moment in time. So it makes a great souvenir.
Okay. So what exactly is striking a pose?
Just pose.
Ah, I see. So in other words, I need to do some sort of visually agreeable action in front of you, right?
Don't pull out your sword.
The more I think about it, the more embarrassing it seems.
That's the rule of a selfie, and anyone else involved in said selfies.
How should I pose? Help me out here.
It should look good, but graceful,
not
dignified.
This isn't coming naturally.
Graceful, dignified.
Okay. I'll try that.
That works.
Okay, let's get started.
Let's pick a good angle to record this.
Pick a good spot to take a picture. Here. Oh, take a photo. There we go. Get the mountain right up here. Can I zoom in? Right here, with the picture of the mountain, right in there. Take a photo. There we go! From below. There we go. Currently involved in quest, the novel's main, please complete. Ah!
A few moments later.
You.
It's a wrap! Take a look! Here's the photo we took of you.
I had to talk to a novelist before I showed you the photo.
Wow. This is astonishing. Is it some kind of magic? It seems to be another copy of me.
And as usual, Paimon is blocking the view. Also, the fact that she's surprised at anything, despite the fact that she can slash anything, is beyond me. OP character surprised a simple thing in anime cliche.
But she doesn't seem to be able to move or talk.
It's not the real you. Quite the metaphor for the Raiden Shogun's puppet.
I thought it would turn out poorly because I felt rather rigid. But it actually looks more natural than I imagined. The pose is exactly the same, and so is the scenery in the background. I can't imagine how it's achieved.
Yeah, oh god, you're so out of date.
That's what makes it so special.
Hang on. I'm still struggling to understand this. I need you to explain it again.
It's like if a Windows 98 is attempting to understand the programming of a Windows 11. I know I'm looking at the Raiden Shogun like computer terminology, but how else do you explain something like this that struggling so hard to get updated?
So, the one in this photo, are you sure it isn't me?
Are you seriously unsure of yourself on which one is the real one?
If it's not me, then why does she look exactly like me? And if she is me, then who am I?
Wow. You're having an existential crisis over a simple Polaroid photo.
Okay, that's way above Paimon's head. Over to you, Traveler.
It's a little bit you and Shogun.
Hey, that's right. Do you think the Shogun counts as you?
Of course I do. It was never my intention to place control of Inazuma into anybody else's hands.
You placed it into the puppet's hands?
So then, who does that make you, here and now?
Well, I'm still me. There is no doubt about that.
So your existence isn't singular.
My existence?
You're at freaking existential crisis moments.
I think I understand.
Do you?
I am me. There is only one of me. But I can exist in many different forms. It's not important what form I exist in.
Oh, God.
The Shogun, for example, is one of my forms of existence. The question of whether or not she is me is not determined by any of her components.
In that case, this picture is one of your forms of existence too.
Sort of.
So even I, who seeks eternity, am constantly changing my form of existence.
It's almost as if you're constantly bound to reincarnation and you're constantly living and dying and just coming back as a different form. That's almost how I'd see the Raiden Shogun, as like having to come to terms with that. How am I constantly changing and living and dying at the same time?
Then, how can I ask Inazuma and everyone who lives here to remain unchanging?
You can't.
Everything I have encountered on this journey with you has been from beyond my existing sphere of knowledge.
Uh-huh. Yeah. You kind of stepped out of that bubble, and you're like, oh my god! What is everything?
You've seen a lot of my ignorant side today. Maybe you can't tell, but all this has challenged my understanding of things.
Good!
Based on what I have seen today, I am forced to accept that Inazuma is a completely different place from the one I remember.
Good!
But it would be incorrect to conclude from this that the Inazuma of today is no longer Inazuma.
Right, but it can be different and things change as time goes on.
Both the Vision Hunt Decree and the statue of the omnipresent god were conceived as a means of bringing about eternity. But if I were really getting closer to eternity, none of this ever would have happened.
You would allow change to happen, and you wouldn't need to keep things the same as all the time.
Perhaps... Perhaps I've been holding on to everything too tightly.
Sounds to Paimon like Ace figured things out.
Yeah.
And that means that we've done a really great job as her guide.
Master Kamaji! Master Kamaji!
Uh-oh.
Why is it getting so noisy down there?
Because someone's asking for Master Kamaji.
Oh, that sounded like Ippei. What could be the matter?
Ippei? Is that someone from the Tenryou Commission?
I think it's, acting? One of them?
Yep, let's find out what's going
not that
on.
one. Oh, God. Where's that? Where you at? Where you at? can't figure out where you're at. There you're at. That. Over that. That.
Hey, Ippei! What's the matter?
Oh, so we had to get rid of those novelists that were standing there. Oh, that's why we had to do that.
Ah, it's you.
Ah, it's you! I don't know what else to say.
Huh? The almighty Shogun?
Yes?
You must be looking for my master, Kujo Kamaji? Hey, I am very sorry. He's not here at the moment. But if it pleases you, I will gladly deliver a message on your behalf.
It's okay. I'm not here to see him. We just heard you calling out, so we came to see what was...
Yes. Master Kamaji still hasn't returned from the negotiations, and I'm starting to get worried.
Something tells me we're gonna get involved again.
In fairness, he does have a habit of taking long walks and coming back late. It's perfectly possible that he just found somewhere he likes and lost track of time.
It's possible that he got into another conflict and he's not coming back, and now you're worried.
But for some reason, today, I'm particularly nervous.
Aside from the other times you were nervous, but this one's special.
Kujo Kamaji. A descendant of the Kujo clan, I presume.
That's right. Apologies, since the head of the clan is in poor health at the moment, and Master Masahito is rarely home, Master Kamaji is currently serving as representative of the Kujo clan.
I have heard that things are quite tumultuous with the Tenryo Commission at present. Does this have anything to do with Kujo Kamaji?
Forgive us, almighty Shogun. The Kujo clan has failed in its duty.
With what?
The Kujo clan's reputation is damaged, and its power over the Tenryo Commission is in decline. Plus you, you have yet to issue a verdict on the Commission's future. So, Master Kamaji decided to enter negotiations with the Takatsukasa clan with a view of having them take over.
Surely they would be discussing something like that at their headquarters, right? Why are you looking for them here?
Actually, they decided to hold this one elsewhere. I'm a little confused as to why, to be honest. But I didn't feel it was my place to question the higher-ups.
No, but you're gonna question the Raiden Shogun right here, so...
The meeting place is in the mountains near the Grand Narukami Shrine. I believe the Takatsukasa clan have some kind of base there.
Damn it, I gotta go all the way up there.
Takatsukasa. Another familiar name. They have been faithfully serving the Kujo clan all these years?
Yes?
Yes, that's why Master Kamaji decided to discuss things with them. I understand they must have had a lot of ground to cover, but still, there's no way it should have gone on this long. I've searched all over the city. V really hasn't returned yet.
Maybe something's happened.
Yeah, I thought of that possibility too. But someone of my rank can't just go venturing into Takatsukasa clan territory like that.
But someone of the Raiden Shogun rank?
No need. I'm probably just overthinking things. Besides, if they're still at it, they'll only blame me for interrupting the negotiations.
Because you're afraid you might be blamed.
I'm only a lowly servant. But Master Kamaji and I grew up together. It'd be terrible if anything ever happened. I'm not as smart as Master, so I can't really share his burdens. But the last thing I'd want would be for him to come to harm when I could have done...
Fine.
What do you think, almighty Shogun?
She's gonna go over there and see it to herself.
Let's go see what's happening. With me present, they are unlikely to blame you, even if we do happen to interrupt the negotiation. Besides, this has only come about because I failed to make a timely decision. This issue started with me, and I shall be the one to finish it.
Fine.
Thank you so much, Shogun. I'll keep looking around in the meantime, too. Let me mark out the location of the base for you. I hope everything goes smoothly.
Fine. Dang it. No. Alright, where's it at? Hidden Mountain Base. Hidden Mountain Base. Following the intelligence you got from Ippei, discover the Takatsukasa clan's hidden base. The Tenryo Commission is particular to stay. Kujo Kamaji. Blah, blah, blah. Moving on. Wait, who do I need? I'm probably going to need Noelle.
As you wish.
And
I will bring my notebook.
Fine, do that.
Whoa! Look at how well hidden this place is.
Yes, It is. Also, obvious statement is obvious.
I can't think of a reason anyone would want to build a structure like this deep in the mountains.
Well, someone wanted to do that, and I can also think of several other reasons, like Patrick, who also loves to build stuff like that in Minecraft. So, maybe to evade detection.
I feel something that doesn't belong here. I sense danger.
Slaves?
Huh?
We should proceed with caution. The Kujo clan descendant may well be in trouble.
Okay. Does that mean I actually get to play as a Raiden? I do. Ooh. Now you get to experience using the Shogun. Oh, I see traps! I see! Get over here! Get! Yeah. Oh yeah. That's katana action right there. Defeat the opponents, blocking, path forward. Wait, where? Where you at? Oh, there you at. Oh, I got a javelin.
Why are there Ronin here? This is a Tenryo Commission base!
Something is not right.
Something is not right, Cliche.
All those who stand in our way.
Uh-oh. We have to electrify. Electrify!
Inazuma shines eternal!
Oh yeah. There's it at, there's it at, there's it at. Where's it at? There's it at. Wait. I forgot where they were at.
Guys, a sight to behold.
Boom! There we go.
There is no escape!
Oh god, her slash just wreaks havoc on the
Shine down!
fabric of space and time.
Torn to oblivion!
Boom! I killed you all in one fell lightning swoop. Ooh.
There is no escape!
Not against the Raiden Shogun.
Orders given. Orders received.
There we go. Hoppity hoppity hop.
Illusion shattered!
Illusion shattered! Whatever bullshit you got, I will slice it down. There we go.
There is no escape! Now you shall perish!
Opponents defeated. Wait, I almost forgot they were dead. They died. But sometimes
Shine down!
She pulls a sword out of her chest. Like every... Like a... I don't know if I can compare that to anything else.
Torn to oblivion!
Dang, 33k.
Illusion shattered!
Too late. I shatter your illusion. I easily go in there.
As a dutiful maid would.
There we go. That was 34,000 damage. Yeah.
Erase all threats.
And that's why I'm always looking at her the wrong way.
I'm always watching. Ha! Sacred name, fortune preserver.
Inazuma shines eternal!
Ooh, did I see 50k there? Dang, I saw 50k. I saw 50k.
Let's get down to business.
Dang. And you fell down. Are you gonna come back up? She hits very hard. Oh yeah. She hits hard. This is why I look at her the wrong way. Get over here, 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 get over here.
Right now, emerge.
Get here, please, thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you.
Torn to oblivion!
Torn to whatever damage ratio I did there. Dear God, what did I do? Where are you? I forgot I killed things as I killed them. Do I kill them? I feel like I didn't. but their bodies fell to the ground in death and agony, even after I've slain them 1,000,000 times in a row. Why does it feel like killing them is not enough even when they're already dead? Yeah, something weird like that. Woo!
Look! It's Kujo Kamaji!
There you are. Hi. I don't know, maybe I have a beating a dead horse logic going on.
Almighty Shogun!
Yes.
Shogun!
Feels
what
good
are
to
you...
shred them through... It feels good to shred them quickly for once.
Descendant of the Takatsukasa clan, explain what is going on here.
Oh, we're just discussing some minor issues that have cropped up in the Tenryo Commission recently. Really, it's nothing worth the almighty Shogun worrying about.
Why is there Ronin around? Why are they there?
And these minor issues warranted the secluded location and the hiring of Ronin and Kairagi to keep guard?
Well, there's been a lot of turmoil lately. It was just out of security considerations, that's all.
From what?
Silence.
He's like, shut up.
Descendant of the Kujo clan. Your turn.
Alright. I came here intending to negotiate, but it turned out all they were interested in was a written confession from the Kujo clan.
A written confession?
Yes. A statement acknowledging every crime committed by the Kujo clan since the inception of the Vision Hunt Decree, including all the recent misconduct.
All factual statements, of course. Not a single one of them fabricated.
I can't deny that. But it also emphasizes the Takatsukasa clan's achievements throughout the document, claiming they stood steadfast all along and fought back against the crisis. These are all falsehoods.
Says who? Why, you two-faced... You're going back on everything you said.
I'm just stating the facts. I'm sure the almighty Shogun can discern the truth. All the Takatsukasa clan is trying to do is make themselves look good, so they'll be first in line to replace the Kujo clan. Why else would you push a false narrative in the written confession that paints your clan in a good light, and try to make me sign it under duress?
What are you talking about? You're not under duress, we're just negotiating here. You've completely changed your tune.
I believe I now understand the situation.
Don't listen to his nonsense. I'm sure you're well aware of the major failings of the Kujo clan. Surely you, of everyone, knows. Not a single word they say can be trusted.
Considering, like, it's really hard for her to tell.
You are quite mistaken if you think your dispute is of any interest to me. Descendant of the Takatsukasa clan, you wish to become the new Tenryo commissioner. Do I understand this correctly?
Well, yes, of course. It's the eternal pursuit of everyone in the Tenryo Commission to offer our lives in service of the almighty Shogun.
Then the situation is not as complicated as you seem to have made it. After all, I am the one who appoints the Tenryo commissioner. The process is quite simple. Anyone who can beat me in a duel becomes the new commissioner.
Sorry, a duel with the almighty Shogun?
The first Tenryo commissioner demonstrated his will with the blade in his hand. That is why the title has been passed down within the Kujo clan ever since. If you want me to appoint a new clan, then naturally, there must first be a new duel.
You think you want to stand up to her? By all means, go right ahead!
Do you not know how to wield a blade? Or do you simply doubt your abilities on account of your advanced age and declining physical condition? Here you are talking about offering your life, and yet you are too afraid to face my blade.
Well...
Well, never mind. What about one of you, then? Anyone who can defeat me, Takatsukasa or not, will be appointed the new Tenryo commissioner.
None of them. They all know they can't.
Does not a single person dare to face me?
I will challenge you, almighty Shogun.
What?
Descendant of the Kujo clan. Regrettably, even if you win against me, it cannot atone for the wrongs committed under the Kujo name.
Really? Guess the Traveler is the new commissioner then. Huh. Was that ever part of the logic there? Okay.
I realize that. I don't stand a chance of winning against you anyway. I know full well that the mistakes my father made ought to spell the end of the Kujo clan's legacy in the Tenryo Commission. Even when I was executing the Vision Hunt Decree, I had doubts about my father's decisions. I knew that what I was doing was wrong.
Traveler beat her in a duel once. Yeah, but that was in, That was in the plane of Euthymia, not in the outside place like here. So, I don't know, I guess the plane of Euthymia doesn't count in that situation.
But that was as far as I went. I doubted, and I ruminated. I understood the situation perfectly well, but I took no action, and I didn't save a single person. I accept the Kujo clan's decline as punishment for my deeds. I can't even say that I failed to prevent it, because in order to fail, you have to have at least tried.
To be brutally honest, for someone of your strength, there is nothing you could have done, even if you had tried.
Yes. I'm too weak. My father ignores me. My elder brother can't help me. And I even need Ippei to set me straight at times. It's the way it's always been.
You think you can?
But if nothing else, and right here, right now in the Kujo clan's final hours, it is I who represent the clan, like my father before me. His duties are now mine to perform. Just as the Shogun said a forefather of mine once showed his will with his sword. Then please, let me, Kujo Kamaji, end the story of the Kujo clan in the same way that it began. This is my last chance to do something.
This is patently meaningless, but I accept. Come forward.
Is she gonna slash him in the back? Ooh.
The Kujo clan's honor was forged with courage, tempered with integrity, and shines beyond life and death. Show me whether your blade can bear the weight of your name.
Ready to learn. Almighty Shogun.
Learn. Now it's your turn to try something!
Another anomaly in eternity. Nevertheless, it appears that the Kujo honor still courses through your veins. Kujo Kamaji is wounded. Descendants of the Takatsukasa clan, it is your responsibility to take care of him. You may not have the courage to challenge me, but I trust that you are capable of attending to a small matter such as this.
Yes, of course. I apologize. I'm sorry. So sorry.
And that is the role of a leader. Really. To put each and every single one of them in their place.
I had heard that the Kujo clan is no longer fit to shoulder the work of the Tenryou Commission. The search for a successor to the role of Tenryou Commissioner is indeed a matter of great urgency. However, following this duel, I have decided to postpone the Kujo clan's punishment for the time being. In the meantime, I expect the Takatsukasa clan to continue supporting the Kujo clan as before.
As you instruct, so it shall be done. We would not dare question the Almighty Shogun's will.
Finally, if you still think you can copy the Fatui strategy of providing me with deceptive information to produce flaws in my judgment, you will see me appear once again as I have done today. Only next time, my blade will show no mercy.
Understood. Thank you, Almighty Shogun, for your wisdom and mercy.
That will do. I will have the Okuzumeshu continue the investigation from here. Come with me. Let's find a quiet place. There's something I want to talk about with you.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So Hiramoto's hot. Okay. Moving on. There we go. Brave of him to do that, but he knows he's not gonna win. Oh well. Anyways.
Whew. When it's time to deal with the situation, you're just like the Shogun. So strict.
Yeah.
Oh, you think so? I thought I was rather accommodating. If it had been the Shogun, she would have decapitated Kujo Kamaji without a second thought.
In other words, the Shogun would not have held back.
I do believe he was prepared for that outcome. I could see it in his eyes. The Kujo clan has undergone a dramatic change from its glory days to its present decline. Kamaji is hardly a great heir to the Kujo name, but he has shown me how some things remain the same, even as the world around them changes.
So he's almost that representation of eternity, of the unchanging that you try to go for.
I also have you to thank. The things we experienced out on the streets, and the photo you took of me, they helped me come to this realization too.
So what's next for the Kujo clan? Will they get to carry on being in charge of the Tenryo Committee?
Not a chance. Even if their heir was someone who showed promise, their past mistakes cannot be erased. Still, I will give them a little more time. After all, they are not the only ones who have made mistakes. The Shogun does not make mistakes. She is incapable of doing so. But I, as A, would like to offer my apologies.
For a mistake?
I have much to contemplate in the days to come. But at least, I can now see the way ahead.
Yeah, because now it's not due to contradictions. It's actually through reflection. Will you rule Inazuma directly?
I think I'll leave that to the Shogun. The greatest threat to eternity is still the erosion that comes with time.
Because you don't want to be broken over time, spiritually. And yet somehow Zhongli knows how to get through everything. Through, like, thousands of years without being, like, worn down.
As I said, the Shogun has a robust system to protect her against modification. This is because I anticipated that I, myself, would change over time.
Is the photo and the food and everything else you've done not changed you?
But I've made up my mind. So I will do what needs to be done, no matter how difficult it is. This has certainly been a memorable series of events.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You sorted out the Tenryo Commission, and the people in the city got to see a happy and healthy Shogun. All the awful rumors will disappear, and if you enjoyed your trip, we should get you out again sometime.
Next time, bring you some fun little trinkets.
No need. There's no place for such things in my life.
Because you've somehow gone the way of the Buddhists. Simple desires tear you away from whatever eternity you're going for.
Also, please stop making it sound as if I somehow need the company.
Because you want to remain in solitude.
Okay. I'm ready to head back now. My period of solitude will now continue, but it will not last too much longer. I will leave you humans to deal with any minor issues in the meantime.
Okay, see you next time! Considering a lot of what happened was pretty unexpected, things seem to have worked out surprisingly well in the end.
Yeah. At least I didn't get slashed in the back.
The only thing left to do is return the pass permit to Yaimiko.
And much like many of the quests that I've done before, it ends as it starts in some way or another. Okay. Alright, fine. There you go. Take your pass back. I've returned it.
Miko, we're back!
Did you know? Well then, you'll have to tell me all about it. How amusing. The almighty Shogun goes downtown, and suddenly she's like a wide-eyed country girl trying to find her bearings in the big city. Marvelous.
Was it really a country girl? Because even a country girl can still be accustomed to like a like their own updates. So it's not so much as a country girl, more like someone who's been stuck in a jail cell for a long time and finally got out for a while.
What a shame I didn't get to see it for myself.
Only you dare say that.
It's fine. She wouldn't mind. Really, she wouldn't.
Because she knows. Funny how you wink at me.
So, from what you were saying, it seems that she has finally begun to comprehend what form eternity should take?
Almost.
That's the most important outcome of this trip. To be honest, I wasn't expecting you'd make such great progress when I lent you the pass permit.
Yeah, well, what were you expecting?
Yeah, it seems like she's not gonna force everything to stay the same way any—
To put it nicely, even deities indulge in wishful thinking. To put it more bluntly, there are things that even the Seven can't do when faced with something even more powerful than themselves.
Heavenly principles?
Take a guess.
The human heart?
Anyway, it sounds like you had a very pleasant trip and even had the chance to see A's less formal side.
Uh-huh.
Next time you wish to see her, you can come and take the pass permit from me again. She would never admit to it, but she does, in fact, get quite lonely.
I feel like you're really taking a different route when representing her.
What? But she said she doesn't need company.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure the developers will have another story quest available for her.
Because she is a god. It's not that gods don't need the company of others, just that the idea of a god having company seems indulgent to her.
Because her idea of indulgence is, like, oversensitive, whereas to everybody else that's normal.
But you don't belong to this world. Perhaps you are just the company she needs.
There we go! Imperatrix Ambrosia chapter what? There! I'm gonna end the live stream for now, and I'll come back tomorrow and do another one. Alright? Oop. There we go. Bye!